Hello survivors and welcome to another The Spell Brigade video. In today's video we are going to be playing on Caven. He's a very interesting wizard for us to use, so let's get into it. Caven starts off with the Rocky Road. We lose a bit of pickup distance, but we do get the spell size and the dodge to all wizards. I do just want to double check here because we got a little bit of gold over here, so we can go and spend it on our spell size increase over there. And we still need to actually unlock his skin. The one is to get the double the amount of size for the Rocky Road. I'm like, what skill am I using again? It's very difficult to remember these things, you know. But anyway, Rocky Road, it's a pretty cool skill, especially when you're playing in multiplayer and you run circles around your friends just to irritate them and let them take some damage, as long as they don't land up getting themselves some good armor, because then it's not going to do any damage to them. But you can always just go plasma. But just grab yourself plasma or sulfur storm and your friends will love you even more. And if you really want to troll people, take this and just run circles around them. Not only will they have to deal with you, but they're also going to have to deal with all of the enemies around them. Okay, we're going to grab more spell size. Like I mentioned, we do have to double the spell size. And I don't know the exact numbers, but eventually it will unlock the skin for us and we'll find that out. Ooh. Do we want the crit base damage? You know what, we're going to grab it. It's legendary. Heck yeah, let's go and grab legendary. Why not? Then with regards to augments, I don't actually care which augments we get. Rocky Road is not the greatest of spells. I think it has potential. And I think you can do a lot of damage with it. But I really don't see us rocking anything fantastic with it. So if we don't get augments for it, that's fine. We can run something like Hex Bomb, we can run something like Falling Stars, we can run something like Astral Orbs even, Rune Burst. Rune Burst has to be it. Why not? We are going to focus on the Rocky Roads though, we're going to try and get it to do the most amount of damage, which isn't difficult to do, but then again, sometimes the skills themselves are just really not doing the best of things. So over here, we're going to go with the decrease the base cooldown with Veil of Haste, because that's everything's cooldown, not just the Rune Burst. But I believe that also affects the spell tick rate of our Rocky Road, because the Rocky Road doesn't have a cooldown. Increase our crit by 9%, we will take those. And now we're playing Snake. I don't know if you guys remember back in the olden days when the Nokia 3310 existed and you were bored out of your mind, and one of the best games ever for mobile existed called Snake, where you have to go and chase the apples, or the pixelated black dot on the screen as a snake, and as you ate more and more of the apples, you would grow bigger and bigger. So that's how it kind of works with this, or how it feels. The more spell size we get, the longer the actual snake or whatever it is that the Rocky Road gets. Level up over there. Damage rate of the Rocky Road, we will take that. I think the one thing that's nice about the skill is everything follows you. So as long as you are walking, you are damaging something. There was a magnet over there, maybe we can try and remember that. But for now, we would just want to run around, collect all of this beautiful bewitched fungi, so we can get the augment for Rune Blast. Because, you know, we're not playing Hattie, the game will definitely give us 4 Rune Blast upgrades. Even though I've never had it, even when I'm not playing Hattie, but I just have a sneaky suspicion that it's going to happen. Alright, more spell rates, not getting that area of effect like we want. Get it. We'll get the spell size. It's coming. 17 out of 9. Trying to remember what some of the Rocky Road upgrades or augments were. I think one has to do with crit damage. So getting that legendary crit is going to be helpful. Your spells deal more damage towards the end of its trail. Yeah, we'll take it. Why not? It actually visually changes the skill. I don't know if you guys saw that, but now if you can look at the actual visuals of the rocky road, it looks a lot bigger, and that's where the damage is going to be for it. So a lot of damage coming from the end there. It's not going to be very good for us right now because, as you can see, our size isn't that great. Actually, increased size in this isn't good because increasing the size of it is going to make it that the end of it is going to be even further away from us. So don't know, kind of counterproductive. It's like, oh, you want to unlock the skin for the character, or do you want the skill to actually be useful to you? You can't have both. You can only have one in a run. If you want both, say sorry, not going to happen. Alright, we've got this going. Fantastic. We increased luck, and that's put us in a very lucky position. I think that was, what are we, 14 luck right now? I would like to get above 30, but that's a very far stretch. But it's always possible, especially if we've got a veiled luck now. That's an extra 8, and that puts us to 22, and that's without us getting any level ups of 4 luck either. So the options are there. It's very possible. But we need the next objective first. Alright, increase the spell hit rate. So this skill doesn't have cooldown, it's got spell rate, like your kind of what the cooldown reduction on Solar Pulse does, where it makes it hit faster. So this does the same thing, but they actually called it spell rate instead of cooldown. So it makes me wonder if Veil of Haste even affects the skill, or if Veil of Haste is actually a waste if you are playing with the Rocky Road. There's no way, I mean, we can't test it, obviously. You can see how quickly it hits things with Veil of Haste or without Veil of Haste, and you'll be able to tell. But other than that, there's no real way to find out, because I don't think anyone actually knows the answer to that but the developers. This looks like a big explosion. There we go, beautiful. We need one more level, but we don't get it. Hex Bomb, also very good over here. We are actually going to take it. Maybe we'll get an augment or two that are worth getting for it. And then we will grab a little bit of the armor over here. I don't really want to use rerolls just yet. Like I mentioned, we're going to try and get the delayed fate. Maybe, if we can get the relic. Also partially blind. I know you guys have mentioned it during the videos that I've missed relics before. Really not an issue. In the video where I missed the relics, to be honest, I wasn't even looking for them. So it's like, oh, but you missed the relic. I was like, I didn't actually care about the relics. I didn't need any of them. Delayed fate didn't help me there. Whereas here I'm specifically looking for higher upgrades. So getting a delayed fate will help me quite a bit. It's actually a very easy seal rift. Alright, we'll go for spell size for Hex Bomb. I don't see why not. And look at that. Your Hex Bombs convert to healing. Or the spells bounce an additional time. We'll go for bounce an additional time. Could be very, very fun. Hopefully, maybe this is the time where we get the triple augment for Hex Bomb. I would have taken it instead of Rune Burst if we got it as a first option. But alas, we did not. Very fun skill. But that end of the Rocky Road, very weak skills. But very fun. Very fun, very weak. Alright, we're now looking for our... the relic, sorry, not the rune. And we're going to see if we can find it and go from there. See what happens when we get to maybe a delayed fate. Definitely help with the Hex Bomb. I don't see any relic just yet. I am actively looking very hard here. I know the eagle-eyed viewers will definitely have seen if I walked past it and tell me, which I appreciate. But I don't see it. Don't know about you guys, do you see it? Because I don't see it. We're going to grab lightning, of course. The only effect you need. There's the relic over there. Don't know how we're supposed to open this up when we are playing the way we are, but there we go, we actually did. And we get a delayed fate, so look at that. We can sometimes be very lucky when we need to be. Didn't get the second augment for Rocky Road, but we didn't need 4 augments for it, we just need a couple. Got the healers, which is a bit of a problem, but that's okay. We're gonna go and grab the base damage increase. Again, I'm not 100% sure if Veil of Haste even works with the skill, so it's not the end of the world to not take it. Definitely works with the Hex Bomb, but I can't guarantee it working with the Rocky Road. And I'm not really one to test that right now while we're doing the recording or the gameplay, so it will have to be done another time. Why are you here, dude? Hex Bomb actually doing a lot of damage, especially if it bounces twice on an enemy. I do need levels though, without re-rolling. Alright, what did we get here? We get more damage, perfect. I would have liked Hex Bomb to be maybe rarer or more than just that little bit of damage. Just so we can get the infusion for it. Something like acid. I think I wasn't actually reading. We got to keep that. We'll go for movement speed because we got to keep our rerolls, but that's 2 levels now into luck. I don't know if we can do this objective actually. We might have to die once or twice to get this. Also, they completely, like, they just added a brand new thing where you can deal, you know, revive yourself if you level up at the exact time and whatnot. But now they got rid of it. It's like, oh, well, okay, well now we can't use it, even though it was there. That should actually be favorable for us. Everything should die. There we go, beautiful. Do we get Hex Bomb? Oh, that's not for that. We'll go for decreased cooldown on the Hex Bomb, that's fine. We get at the end of your trail, occasionally create an explosion. That should be pretty good for us, so it is a second augment for it. I don't actually know what the Rocky Road can be. I've never really looked at them and been like, oh yes, give me Rocky Road. I think the one can occasionally crit at its ending as well. So the end of it will crit. But a solar pulse definitely happening over here because things are getting really hectic. Increased spell size. And now that we're at a certain level, it's also making it next to nearly impossible for the final augment to be for the Rocky Road. But we'll see how it goes. It's not really the end of the world. We do get the legendary spell damage on it as well, which is beautiful. And we used a tactical revive to finish that objective. A tactical revive. It's so funny. I think it is actually really, really cool that the game has something like that as a feature. That we can die and then revive and kill everything around us so that we can complete an objective. I just love the fact that that is available for us. Alright, increased damage. And now I know you'll notice that I'm not grabbing things like increased spell size over here. We're grabbing these ones like this one because we wanted the infusion. I think, do you know what, we go plasma all the time. Let's go for white lightning. Who doesn't like to slow the enemy while they are electrify things while they are slowed as well. It also helps us to keep the enemies closer to the end of the rocky road as well, so that they'll take even more damage. They'll stay within it, therefore taking more damage from it, therefore more XP for us as well. Over here we can go with spell cooldown, that's fine. Not the greatest of things, but it is what it is. Right, we got hit there, which is not good. Increase the spell size. Again, we do need a lot of spell size for the skill. I don't know what the exact amount is. I believe it's something like 100%. If you go and look at it at the achievements to unlock the skin, it does give you an amount and it tells you how much you've hit. Like currently, like what your maximum out of, like, you know, if you go look at them, they say 3 out of the 4 augments were achieved and so on and so forth. This one tells you you've done like 90 out of 100 or whatever the case may be. Because it has to be double the size. So it needs to be 100% bigger. So I think it needs to be 100% spell size or even more. There should be a relic, maybe. The only other relic I would go for now is joint protection, otherwise we would skip it. There is spell damage, not spell size, which is unfortunate. We do get a magnet over here, which is super helpful. We get a +4 to our luck, which is also super helpful. And now we can actually run to another area. So we're going to go with, we'll just go base damage, it's fine. Ooh, I want both. We're going to go with the base cooldown, of course. I would love to see a lock feature, so when things like that happen, or at least with legendaries, you can lock a legendary and get really cool things going. But there we go, we'll walk in that for a bit. And joint protection, nope, we don't get anything. I guess we can go with healthy growth, just grab some HP while we level up. That's better than nothing. And we now need to hunt down the golden crab. I have no idea how we're gonna hunt down this little crabby. Maybe if he gets hit by lightning. I'll slow myself down here as well. There we go, he ran into it. That should kill it. There we go. Do we get it? Yes, we do. Okay, so this was it over here. The spell occasionally creates sparks that deal critical damage. So that's really good. That's why the very first legendary was that crit damage legendary. We did mention it. I just wasn't 100% sure still about it. So the fact that it's still there, that's fantastic. We do get a triple augment on the rocky road. And this is really, really fantastic. So let's see how the rest of this goes. How quickly we can kill the boss. I don't think it will be very quick though, unfortunately. Because we went white lightning instead of plasma. Killing everything around us. We get the spell damage over there. I don't think we're going to land up getting the achievement for the area of effect, but that's okay. At least we got a triple augment for the skill. Take a bit of damage there, unfortunately. Look how much damage gets dealt when we've got everything like around the rocky road. So it does do decent damage. It's not massive damage. We're getting huge amounts of damage for our Hex Bomb though, which is very weird. But the luck is definitely coming into play right now, which is fantastic to see. Ruin Burst. I think we can actually... We've used up the Delayed Fate. So we can do rerolls. We'll keep the last one. We'll go with the spell damage over here. Keep the last reroll just in case. That was a good chain reaction right there. Spell cooldown, maybe go for fire on the bomb. It makes sense, it's a bomb. So having it deal fire damage just makes sense. Also, we've already got lightning going, so that's fine. Visually, it looks better red anyway. Or orange. What color is that, guys? Let me know down in the comment section. I guess it's a red and an orange, but probably more of an orange. Because fire is more, like it's the same color as what they spit at us. It's like a orangey red. But I think more on the orange side than red, actually. But let me know what you guys think. Because, you know, I am partially... I wouldn't say I'm colorblind, but I've also had discussions with other people where I've said something looks red or orange and they said looks red and so on. So, you know, it's like something in my life. So we just seen different hues. So what color do you guys see with the Hex Bomb? Are you seeing red or are you seeing more of an orange? Let me know down in the comment section. Yes, we did need a magnet. I will happily take that. And what did we get? We get XP gain. We're going to take it. I don't care about Ruin Blast. This whole point is for us to not be using skills that we usually use. So going for the Hex Bomb and the Rocky Road being the main skills. It's going to be interesting to see what its DPS is by the end of this. It is triple augmented. So we are hoping for a good DPS by the end of this. But we'll see where that takes us. A lot of healing potions there. We do get increased spell rate, which is fantastic to see. Another small quality of life or another feature in the game that we've never really spoken about, or at least I don't know we've spoken about it, or I've forgotten that we've spoken about it. But if you have a look at the skills, I really do like the fact that it shows you the cooldown of the skills at the bottom there, going on and off and off and on and so on and so forth. So you really do get a feel for the damage or the cooldown that the skills have going off. Increase spell rate for the Rocky Road, of course. That is our main skill, although there was the increased area of effect for it that we didn't get because it wasn't legendary. Gotta go for those legendary upgrades first, you know? I'm trying to see those big critical hits. I do see a lot of crits occurring, but that could just be because of our crit chance. Increase our base damage even more. And another nice thing is you can see a lot of the monsters are kind of in, or we circling around them. And that does keep us in a spot where, okay, let's go grab movement speed. And now we can kind of keep ahead of the curve. And we are able to run circles around all these monsters, which also means that we're going to continuously damage them with our Rocky Road as well. And then I can also pick up all of the XP because it's always on the edges where they were. Okay, we'll go for some spell damage over there. And now we got the boss. I don't know how we're going to kill this boss though, but he does follow you anyway, so that's already like a plus. We just gotta keep running. Just gotta go like this. Look how slow they are. This could take a while, guys. Okay, we do get the legendary spell size there, which is great. This is going to take a decent amount of time. Okay, we'll increase our crit rate. So we can crit more often. That's perfect. Just take a little bit of damage over there. It does guarantee a blast on the enemy. Like that over there. Increase our crit chance as well even more. What do we get? We get some movement speed. Don't know if we needed movement speed. I don't know. White lightning is probably actually really bad for this, as you can see, especially with the boss fight. Just because now it's like, well, hello, what are you supposed to be doing? Also, you got to kind of give me kudos over there. Ooh, we did actually get the skin unlocked as well. Fantastic. But you got to give me kudos over there for being able to kind of dodge through everything like we were. And then I go and take a nice damage over there. Just do some free damage to the bosses. We don't need to increase our spell size any longer. We'll just go for a little bit of life. And now we're just going to slowly move. That should actually help us deal even more damage to him, because the more the closer we are, we get these bigger explosions happening over here. So, you know, there is that for the damage as well. It is quite a decent chunk of damage as well, in terms of amount. Oh, but we're actually in a very bad spot right now. He needs to die very soon. Increase the damage. We'll just move away. He'll stop being slowed. Dun, 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 dun. Grab a couple of levels, because why not? Spell size we don't need. We'll re-roll that. We should get something. Nope, we don't get anything better. Can we make you explode from the other side of the wall? No, we couldn't. But we do have our friend back here. We don't have anything around us now, so we just got to move there. And dead he is. Fantastic. Oh, we found a relic. Okay, right at the end we found a relic. We do get the Blackguard Cave-in unlocked over there, which is fantastic. We doubled the size of the Rocky Road, and we dealt a pretty decent amount with it. 2.1 million damage dealt. DPS really weak. You can see Rune Burst nearly dealing the same amount of damage, just under half, you know, of the DPS, and it was level 1. So really needs a lot of work there. Hex Bomb, maybe it needs increased size or whatever the case may be. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.